Hi there. So this reading is for all air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. How y'all doing today? I hope that you're doing very well. So this is a very open reading. We do have Archangel Metatron, Archangel Ariel, and Archangel Uriel here. Anyways, it was very intense. So I started instantly getting a whole bunch of messages. I heard restructuring of thoughts. I also saw a mirror being shut down, like someone had their mirror open. It almost looked like a laptop, but it was a mirror, and the mirror was shut down. And then I heard a lot of restructuring of thoughts. So I feel like that the overall air energies, those that have heavy air in their chart or air as their sun or moon, what they're going through is that there tends to be, again, restructuring of thoughts. It's kind of like when it comes to what you give meaning to, how do you give meaning to it, and why do you give meaning to it? Because they're saying to me that when it comes to the importance of what you hold meaning in, like what is important to you. Also, when it comes to signs from the universe. For some of you, I feel like this is going to resonate a lot more because I did ask if certain messages resonated with one zodiac sign more than the other two to let me know. When it comes to Gemini suns and moons, there is no more of this mirroring energy when it comes to conflict in your love life. Some of you might have been wandering around, or even rising. Some of you may have been wandering around trying to, like, what you see going on in your relationship. If you are in a relationship, you see it playing out in other people's lives. There's a need to cut that off so that you're able to focus specifically on your situation, as sometimes mirroring does help Gemini to understand perspective, yes, but not in all cases is what they're saying. So sometimes it's necessary just to look at what's right in front of you to tell what is the best way to move. Okay, so I haven't done like specific elements. I don't know if ever or in a very long time, but it's like instant messages. It's boom, 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 boom. So let's go ahead and get into this for my air signs. Woo! I'm excited. What else is going to come out today? So tulips are specifically important if you are a Libra or you have heavy Libra in your chart. Tulips might be important, might be a sign from a passed on grandmother. Now moving forward, let's go ahead and talk about what's important for these air signs. While I'm shuffling, I just want to say thank you so much for your likes, shares, subscribes, and comments. I truly appreciate it. I appreciate you. I hope that you're having a beautiful season. And my readings are timeless. However, for those of you watching this before 2022, I wish you luck in 2022 and to have a good rest of the year. Okay, so I'm hearing that for all of, I'm going to say us because I am an Aquarius. So, but for all of us air signs, there seems to be this energy about cutting the head off a snake, especially when it comes to a way of thinking or a reason to think. Ooh, I have not had this out in a long time. This is a psychic tarot. Cutting the head off a snake. So there could be this situation that you've been revolving around, because I feel like that the air sign is the snake in this situation. I'm not saying you acting like a snake or in a negative way. I ain't saying that. But they're showing me a snake that's circling around and then taking a nip out of something that they are circling around. So what they're explaining to me and what that means is what's in the middle is something that you have been trying to figure out for some time. It's kind of like, for some of you, it has to deal with people external to you. And they're saying that some of you, it's like you have been ignoring signs regarding other areas of your life, of opportunities of growth or perhaps abundance. It's not a missed opportunity, right? What they're saying is that it's time, the moment that you cut the head off the snake, which is your thought process when it comes to a certain situation, the truth will automatically come out. It's kind of like, so for example, I feel like I might have some channelers watching this as well if I'm bringing this up. So when it comes to channeling, I sit there and when I get into the meditation, I'm manifesting getting the energies that need to come out for the reading, right? I'm pushing it out there, and then I sit there and I release it, I hit record, and I get into a state of surrender where I start channeling. That's how it works. It's kind of like the moment that you release and you surrender, trying to figure out a certain situation that is external to you, whether it be a person, or I feel like it has to do with people. I feel like that for the majority of you, it could be regarding someone who is a mother, could be your own mother, or someone that is external to you that is a mother, has motherly-like qualities, even if they are masculine for a few of you. Anyways, what they're saying is that when you release it, it's kind of like the truth comes out for several people. especially if you have a fixed moon or Mercury or rising. Anyways, moving forward, what else for my air signs? Some of y'all, you have someone in your energy that has Grinch energy. So I'm not just saying it's the holidays. I'm saying because it's Grinch energy. So Grinch energy is someone that very well could be the person that you're focusing on. So Grinch energy is someone that used to have a lot of fun in life, like someone that used to be very easy to get along with, easy to talk to, used to have a lot of fun with them, or perhaps that's just how they were. And then over time, through stress, age, like growing older and whatnot, they have turned to be more recluse and tend to be more pessimistic than optimistic. It's like they're not in tune with their inner child. So they have a hard time enjoying themselves and enjoying the good things in their life, or even accepting the good things in their life. That is Grinch energy. So I feel like that for some of you, it's like needing to release that Grinch energy. For some of us, it's like, I say us again because I'm an Aquarius anyways, but for some of us, they're saying that when it comes to whoever has that Grinch energy, y'all know exactly who it is. Some of you, it's even you. That's the thing. It's like, what are you thinking about? Are you allowing yourself to truly enjoy yourself at this current time? Or are you... Destiny, okay. Or are you putting yourself in this blockade? Where you're focusing on one situation that you're circling around. You get a little bit of information. You take that bite out of it and you keep going around and around it. Are you going to keep doing that? Is what they want to know. It's kind of like guidance too, to stop doing it. Like, because it's kind of like it could possibly put you in a Grinch energy or take away the time. For some of you, you have children or you have loved ones that you're looking forward to spending the holidays with. And it's like, instead of stressing about this situation, they're asking you to pull back, focus on what you do have in front of you that's good, that's joyful, that's inviting, right? To focus on that. I know I always say focus on the good because you get more good. I always say that, but there's this one specific energy. For some of you, the letters R or H or B or L, B like boy or L, are really coming out. Could be that person's name, but it doesn't matter. Maybe it's just confirmation for one of y'all. Anyways, but it's kind of like, why am I getting so many animal references? They just showed me the principle. I'm getting to the tarot, trust me. Anyways, but I gotta keep channeling until they tell me to go. That's how it goes. But when it comes to, that's what they're saying. Anyways, when it comes to like dealing with the situation, for some of you, especially if you're a masculine air sign, it's a situation where it's kind of like you've been on the defensive and you've been waiting for the situation to rise up so that you can give like the final strike. Because they're showing when you mess with the bull, you get the horns. Maybe it's a Taurus or you're dealing with the Taurus. But here's the thing is that you got to release it. They're saying, why are you focusing on that at this time? The energy now in Sagittarius season is going to play out to how the beginning of your 2022 is going to be. So again, shifting that energy. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this. There we go. They said 6 cards. I hope that my head wasn't just fully, it could have been. Anyways, whatever. Rejoice and celebration, fulfillment of wishes. Okay. What's on the bottom? Mental conflict. Okay, so we have spiritual union, triumph, rejoice and celebration, universe, fulfillment of wishes, or light. I was gonna say maybe you're dealing with a bald person. I mean, I'm not bald, I shaved my head, but what I mean by that is I'm chuckling because I bent my head over and my head might have shook. Moving forward, anyways. So it seems like that there tends to be this energy of the air signs that's calling them to be united within themselves. Like when the feminine within you is able to soothe the masculine energy within you enough so that you don't feel the need to jump to situations that you don't got to deal with. That's kind of like, I feel like the spiritual union card more has to deal with the feminine energy within yourself. as in like, you know, we're all either masculine, feminine, whatever your gender may be. All love is welcome here. All genders are welcome here. But what I'm saying is that when it comes to the feminine energy within you, if you're a masculine, you're a super manly man, guess what? You still got a feminine energy within you. Anyways, moving forward. So I feel like the spiritual union more has to deal with balancing that energy, especially if you are a single. Side note, if you are a single air sign, balancing that energy will bring you someone that you actually want. It's not someone that needs some kind of aid. I don't know who he needs to hear that. Also, when it comes to, what's this Triumph card about? That's exactly what I was saying. Look, I'm hearing time well spent. 10 of Cups and then the 7 of Pentacles. Okay. What's the celebration about? You see, what they're saying is also not just the balancing of that, but I feel like the spirit is trying to guide you along to make sure that you're making very level-headed decisions at this time. For some of you, there is this woman in your energy. If you are a female air sign, there is this woman in your energy that you're fully aware of. You sense their energy. This person tends to have a little bit of, I feel like it could be an earth sign or someone with heavy earth in their chart. This is someone that you are not currently in communication with. For some of you, you haven't been communicating with them in a long time. And they have some kind of, just watch your social media. Like, if you have social media and you are, I'm going back to the spiritual union, and it's kind of like, they're showing me an example of this woman right here. Sorry for my ring light. This woman right here. Okay, thank you. This is only going to resonate for a handful of you. You know exactly who it is. This person, it's like they're involved in a situation, like, you know, when you look at a relationship and like, especially if you're highly intuitive or highly empathic, and you can tell, oh gosh, but you can tell that it's not exactly rock. It's not a rock foundation. It's not rock steady. It's not good to go. And you can tell that an individual in that relationship has an issue with you for some reason. Maybe some of y'all, I'm hearing, are truth seekers. Maybe y'all sit there and it's like you focus on truth. So therefore, and you are a truthful person. So what you are is what you attract. So like downloads, like that's why when it's important when you're a channeler or a medium or whatever, to sit in an energy of being very truthful to yourself. The more truthful you are to yourself and are to others, that means that you attract more truthful, higher vibrational messages, right, to channel. But it's not just that. It's like, so anyways, back to the point. This person knows that this person has like, I'm just going to put the cards down. This person looks at your social media. This person, again, this is for if you are a feminine air sign, could resonate if you're a masculine, but I feel like it's going to resonate more for feminines. There is this woman that is looking at your social media. I feel like they could have Virgo, a heavy Virgo placement, or heavy Earth placements, okay? Maybe a Venus at most, but I'm talking about Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Anyways, but this person has this little bit of insecurity, and you're picking up on their energy, like their insecurity when it comes to the stability in their life for some reason. This person is a lot of comparing. Now, I feel like this could very well be the feminine that was in that situation, or it could be associated with that situation that you circled around in the past and you try to figure out. Some of you have released it, some of you haven't. Maybe it's a situation that you used to circle around and you're focusing on a new situation that you need to let go of. But this person's energy tends to be quite insecure. Now, this person, I feel like whatever you got in your social media, you do you. But I'm saying that if you know exactly who this is, and it's kind of like some of y'all, you're like, I don't care if this person, I don't care if this person sees my social media. I don't care. It's just a heads up. Could be confirmation, but if you don't want them snooping, then block them. Anyways, moving forward. Thank you. So I feel like with this Triumph card, that it's kind of like, by staying level-headed and patient with yourself, it's kind of like allowing things to flow to you, a sense of flow energy. But I feel like that for the next couple of months, there's going to be, especially like 7 weeks time, there's going to be a need to be consistent with that. For some of you, it's like, and what I mean by that is consistently like this situation that you've been trying to figure out. and it's like you keep getting like a nip of energy about a nip of energy about a nip of energy. It's like some of y'all who have already released it, I feel like that the truth is going to come out, possibly could have already come out in this reading anyways, but the truth is going to come out with some way, shape, or form for you. Now, some of y'all are being called to nip it in the bud. Anyways, cut off the head of the snake, leave it alone. Anyways, so then when it comes to this Triumph card, I feel like that when it comes to different, it's like when you take your focus off of that, things are going to flow to you easier, especially if it involves this situation with this person. Anyways, moving forward, it's going to resonate for whoever needs to resonate for. Now, I feel like over the next 7 weeks, the more that you focus on things, there's something specific about the next 7 weeks. Maybe some of y'all are Aquarius. Oh, the next air season. The next air season will be in about 7 weeks, I believe. So have you all noticed that when it's an air season sign, when it's an air sign season, you could be an Aquarius and you could have a hell of a time during Gemini season, or there's a lot of changes in Gemini season or something like that. You see what I'm saying? Anyways, have y'all ever noticed that? Anyways, moving forward, pay attention. Even if you are a Libra in Aquarius season or a Gemini this Aquarius season, pay attention. Anyways, but it's kind of like, again, how you're feeling and what you're focusing on now. And this is like a daily message too, again, that I always say, but it's the need to make sure that over the rest of this year into Aquarius season that you are sitting, it's kind of like reaping the rewards during Aquarius season, but there's this need to be consistent and focus on it. Anyways, so I feel like rejoice and celebration. I feel like that there is going to be, let's go ahead. Okay. Queen of Swords and the Two of Swords. So what they're saying to me is that when it comes to rejoice and celebration, for some of you, there's going to be more open communication. Like, let's say, especially if you've been working on your mother wound and you've been trying to have clear communication with your mother. If you haven't been working on your mother wound, it's like you've been trying to make sure, because I'm doing the Queen of Swords as a mother. There's like a lot of feminine energy going on in this masculine sign or masculine element reading. But anyways, when it comes to your mother, I feel like that there's going to be important things that need to be discussed that maybe you're not fully aware about, especially when it comes to, I don't feel like it's bad. I feel like that it's kind of going to bring you a peace of mind, because mind you, those two cards are clarifying rejoice and celebration. It's also, some of y'all are going to be receiving important news around, well, a celebration. Could be a birthday, like for a family member. I feel like it could be a family member birthday, or perhaps, again, we're in the holiday season. Could be around Christmas time or New Year's. Anyways, but I feel like there's going to be something brought to the forefront that you're going to be made aware about. I feel like that it doesn't necessarily, I don't feel like it has to deal with finances. I feel like that it has to deal, give me one more. It's going to be unexpected. They're not giving me a lot of information, but it's kind of like, keep your, they're saying keep your toes up. Maybe some of y'all need to lift your feet every now and then, or maybe go for a walk. But anyways, moving forward. But I feel like that it's kind of like a conversation is going to be had when it comes to, again, a mother figure. I feel like it's a mother, anyways, that is going to be communicating things that you're not exactly expecting. But I feel like that the things that you aren't exactly expecting aren't as bad as they are. So it's kind of like, okay, I see what they're saying. I feel like that for the air signs, there's going to be a lot of change that is going to happen over the next few weeks leading into Aquarius season, and they keep screaming to stay in a high vibration, because I feel like that for some of you, especially if you have heavy Gemini, like a Gemini Venus or a Gemini Moon or Gemini in the first house placement, there's this need to have a very balanced emotional, like your emotional well-being is extremely important. It's kind of like what you attract. Like, let's say, for example, this is your mother, and your mother isn't very outspoken, or your mother isn't very blunt and direct with how she communicates, right? And maybe she loosens up around the holidays and she communicates some things. I feel like that has to deal with family. Kind of like Keep positive thoughts though, please, because I can feel a few energies that are fearing the worst. Don't fear the worst. They're trying to put you in a high vibration, because it's kind of like you can't necessarily feel for another person, but it can, like, when you are positive, this is true. When you are positive and you sit there and you refuse to sink into negative thinking, and you keep, like, you know, affirming and confirming the positive things in your life, what happens is that that energy seeps into, especially like bloodlines, it seeps into your bloodlines energies. So therefore, like, when things are going good for you, it could possibly influence another person, either by setting an example, by saying positive, or like, oh, you know, they're doing so well. It kind of like, when you wish well for another and you wish well for self, it kind of like helps other people in their situations. I don't know who needs to hear that, but I've seen it in my life, and I've seen it in a few other clients' lives. Anyways, moving forward. So the universe, what's the universe card about? Oh my gosh, I would get that song. I have that song, You Are My Universe, and I just want to put you first. King of Swords, Two of Cups. 8 of Wands, 7 of Wands, 8 of Cups, Strength card, 878 is an important number. Sorry. Anyways. Okay, so this is a very intense reading about closing out cycles and holding on to the good. But anyways, when it comes to closing out the cycle that this card is referring to, I say the universe because universe is like the world card in this tarot deck. Again, it's the psychic tarot. And so I feel like that what's going on is that for some of y'all, there's this need to make sure that when it comes to, there's a woman with red hair, and this message is driving me crazy because I've channeled this and I don't really know any redheads in my personal life, but there is a woman that has red hair, especially if you are a masculine sign, that has some kind of a masculine sign. If you are a masculine air sign, that has some kind of hidden intent when it comes to communicating with you. That's a side note, and that only resonates with a few of you. Some of y'all, your guts already told you, hey. Now, this person likes to sit there and cause havoc when they don't need to. So I feel like if you are a masculine, you are, first of all, you're establishing boundaries with that person. And I feel like that you might, in fact, that Strength card isn't exactly a pretty energy right now. I feel like that it's kind of like being direct with the person. Again, maybe some of y'all, every situation is different, and I'm going to let y'all figure out what you've been circling. You know what you've been circling around trying to figure out. Kind of like a two-sidedness. Like this person, not exactly always telling the truth. I don't want to say two-faced because it's a little bit harsh, but it's like not always telling the truth and feeling the need to, like, I have a lyric from Linkin Park in my head. I think it's Running From You or Lying From You is the name of the song. Anyways, but it talks about how this person makes things a competition. Even if it's not them against other people, it's like they're friends against other people. So don't exactly trust what this person has to say. It's time to get to the root of what this person has to say. Side note. Moving forward, for others of you, when it comes to cycles, I feel like that, again, it's trusting in yourself, but it's also, some of y'all, it's like there's this need to, if you watch a lot of tarot, there is this need to watch more about whatever sign your moon is in than like your sun sign. Okay, maybe you are a Libra moon watching this, then, you know, this probably will resonate for you. But there's this need to pay attention to your moon sign, because I don't know why I'm getting more moon energy than the eight of cups off this card, but that's what they're showing me. It's kind of like not being afraid of the unknown, because you see how these all 8 cups are behind this person. All 8 cups are behind this person, and they have their back completely turned. It's kind of like No use in crying over spilled milk, because do you see how he is facing towards the unknown? It's trusting the universe, letting the universe figure out whatever you've been using your mind to try to figure out, and allowing the universe to come to you with answers, allowing things to unfold naturally. Some of y'all have been hearing that for months and it's driving you batshit crazy, but it's because you keep focusing on it. You got to release it, because the moment that you sit there and you release it, what happens is bam, bam. Whether it's you and another person or it's you closer to yourself. Anyways, moving forward to fulfillment of wishes. Some of y'all are going to be meeting someone that has, whether it's in work or it's work development or it is personal development. Some of y'all might be deciding to go to therapy or perhaps attend a workshop. I feel like closer to January or in January. I feel like make sure that you are paying attention. Like, don't go to a workshop just to go to a workshop. Like, go to a workshop because you want to go to it. Don't just go to therapy because you feel like you should. Go to therapy because you want to. Like, don't sit here and force yourself to do things if you don't want to do them. But some of you, it's kind of like you're going to be meeting this person that is of a higher intelligence. I'm getting a higher energy off this card. I'm not sure why. Acorns and peaches are very important. If you want to look those up, maybe you put those in your diet. At least peaches. I don't know if you can fucking eat acorns. It's none of my business. Anyways, moving forward. Where's my bell? Anyways, so I feel like that within January, whenever you discuss or meet with this person is going to be able to unveil to you something that you have been needing to know. Baby, I need to know. I feel like that has to deal with either that situation you've been circling around, or I feel like it has to deal with the situation of how you spend your money or how you invest your money is attached to how a certain experience that happened as a child. I feel like that, especially if you're a masculine, you're going to make that connection. Get to the root of it. Fulfillment of wishes. Five of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. I also feel like that when it comes to this individual, I feel like that, I know I sound like a broken record, but they keep going back to that energy about the snake. It's like, do you see how it's kind of like a little box here, kind of like a little treasure chest, and then there's this treasure chest here? Do you see that? It's kind of like this person being able to fill your cup, fill your bowl, fill your treasure chest, and it's kind of like a piece of the puzzle that's been missing. Especially if you've been on this journey for some time and you've been trying to figure out, it's kind of like a little kink in your chain is what I call it. A kink in your chain energetically that you've been trying to figure out that's been driving you crazy. Well, it's going to be brought to the forefront by this individual. Could even be a shaman that you talk to, or someone that is of a deep understanding of when it comes to how things work energetically. Could be an energy translator. Anyways, moving forward. Now, I do feel that the moment that this energy is released, something new comes in. It's not just, for many of you, I feel like the Ace of Wands means something. For some of you, it's just sheer happiness and excitement of finally getting the last piece of the puzzle to a certain kink in your chain when it comes to receiving what you want. It's kind of like, oh, that mindset. Oh, this thing. It's like as soon as you release it, I feel like that it could take a day, because here's the thing, a lot of people are like, sometimes change isn't overnight. Sometimes change is overnight, let me tell you. Anyways, you'd be surprised. Moving forward, I feel like that, I don't know if y'all heard that sound, but anyways, moving forward, what's this light about? This bitch looks like Taylor Swift. I'm sorry, she does look like Taylor Swift though, look. That looks like Taylor Swift to me every single time. I know why. I think I stopped using this deck. I don't have an issue with Taylor Swift. I like Taylor Swift. But what I'm saying is I think I stopped using this deck because it got so distracting. That looks like Taylor Swift. Anyways, so I feel like that light in this box, because you see how it's kind of glowing? I feel like that light is this light. That sounds so cheesy. 919 could be an important number. Anyways, I feel like that this is kind of like a little side message, especially for you feminines. Okay, if you have not done a shamanic journey, like, for example, if you have not met your guides, it is time to meet your guides, especially if you haven't met with them in meditation in a long time. What I strongly suggest is, because some of you, especially if you are in tune, it could be like this energy right here could be your guide. Because I felt like a shaman or a therapist, someone that is they understand emotions deeply, or they at least understand energy deeply. And so could very well be a guide. But this is for those that, well, if you want to do the work and do the meditation, you don't got to be a psychic to do it. But you know what I mean? We all have guides. Anyways, but I feel like that for y'all, it's kind of like taking the messages from your guides for yourself. Some of you, it's like you do talk to them, but you don't necessarily talk to them strictly about yourself and what you should be doing and what guidance you specifically need. Like maybe you've been trying, maybe again, Seven of Cups, you've been figuring out all these other people's situations are being very helpful, which air signs are really good at perspective. So it's not like stop doing that, but it's kind of like instead of honing in on a situation that doesn't necessarily, you can't do anything about, you're just trying to figure it out because you're curious. Curiosity killed the cat. It's kind of like leaving it alone and letting it be. And then therefore you receive clarity. I think I might call this that. Woo! I think I called it that I think that was a Leo reading recently, wasn't it? Anyways, moving forward. So where are we at? 31 minutes. Okay. So I feel like that when it comes to this light card though, it's kind of like some of y'all have been unable to focus, because this reading is kind of all over the place. I'm being told I still have to post it though, so I'm going to post it, but it's like there's so many different messages. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If it doesn't apply, look at your other placements. Again, your moon sign was mentioned. Like 3 Cups and the King of Wands. See, they don't go into this enough when they go into teaching it. Like, I'm not going to go say specific people, but when it comes to energy and how you can block yourself, the Hangman comes out. And when you block yourself, sometimes it's even just a simple thought. Like the other day, what was it? Like, let's say you started getting signs from the universe and you see signs all the time. And like, let's say you see something the day before on the internet and then you experience it the next day, right? It's kind of like what they're explaining by that is that there's this need to make sure that you realize that not every single sign is directly about you and your life. It could very well be about another person's life. So again, don't, like, remember how I saw that mirror being shut down? Do not take what is happening to another person and their experience and apply it to your own. Such as, like, let's say you've gone through something in your life that is very traumatic. It doesn't necessarily mean that someone who has experienced the same thing went through the same emotions or the same structure. You know what I mean? Like, if you're just giving guidance and like you're explaining your experience, it's kind of like, that's different than sitting there and saying, well, yeah, I know exactly what you've been through because I've been through the same thing. Do you know what I mean? There's this need for that. That was a side note and that was very specific. Anyways, moving forward. But I feel like that this is kind of like a 3-month thing anyways for some reason. Because I feel like that by the time we go into Pisces season, I feel like that there is going to be this shakeup that is going to involve all 3 air signs. There could be a planetary, I know that Mercury goes retro in like January, right? January, February. Anyways, moving forward. And I feel like that there's going to be things that have been left unsaid by others that could very well be during Mercury retrograde, that have been left unsaid by others. So this is about air signs releasing the need to know so that they can get to where they need to go so they can be in the flow. You know what I know? Anyways, moving forward. Air signs, release whatever you've been trying to figure out and let the universe bring the messages to you. Especially if it's someone that's like done you wrong, or people that have done you wrong, or why are you so obsessed with me? That song, how does it go? Why are you so obsessed with me? Keep it on the low. It's clear that you're obsessed with me. Don't worry about how other people feel about you. Dude, you could only feel for you. How do you feel about you? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, how do you feel about you? Do you love yourself? How do you feel, and what do you think of yourself? Because if someone is sitting here running amok in your energy and you're allowing them, why do they feel that way about me? They're going to feel how they want to feel. They're going to feel how they want to feel. There's nothing you could do about it. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and get a little bit of cards for my air signs. That's 4, but I'll take it in case you want to screenshot it. Why is this being such a pain? Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. Peace. Relationships. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. That is absolutely perfect. And that is what I have for you, air signs. Thank you so much.